Celebrity influence usually means Instagram followers and endorsement deals. But what if I told you there's a movie star who was literally engineered to regulate the emotions of over a billion people? Today we are diving into how Shah Rukh Khan became India's most sophisticated emotional infrastructure.
You know what's fascinating about this? We're not just talking about typical star power. This was a deliberately constructed emotional frequency designed to hook and heal an entire nation.
Let me break this down because it's pretty mind-blowing. When Shah Rukh Khan emerged in the early 90s, Bollywood was stuck with these two rigid male archetypes: the aggressive action hero who dominated through force and the soft romantic lead who basically existed in the background.
So they saw this gap in the market and engineered something completely new.
Exactly. They created this perfect emotional compound, part lover, part patriot, part prophet. But here's what makes it truly fascinating. They calibrated every single aspect of his persona to hit specific emotional frequencies that would resonate across all demographics.
Well, that's incredible because it wasn't just about entertainment anymore, right? They were essentially creating emotional medicine for an entire culture.
And here's the formula they used. It's this precise blend of longing, safety, wit, and these incredibly penetrating eyes that never break contact. Every glance becomes an anchor. Every role is like a carefully measured dose of emotional regulation.
You know what really strikes me about this whole phenomenon? The way different groups respond to him. Fathers trust him, mothers adore him, daughters want him, and sons want to be him. That's not accidental, is it?
Not at all. And this is where the engineering gets really sophisticated. He flirts but never violates boundaries, fights but never leaves lasting damage, cries but never loses dignity. It's this perfect balance of masculine vulnerability that hadn't existed before in Indian cinema.
And the timing of this was crucial too, wasn't it? India was going through massive changes with liberalization in the early 90s.
Oh man, that's such a crucial point. Post-liberalization India needed a new kind of masculine ideal. Not angry, not colonial, not toxic, but emotional, intelligent, mythic, and accessible. And SRK became this emotional mediator during India's identity crisis.
The way you describe that makes me think about how deeply embedded he's become in Indian culture. Like, people literally use him as a coping mechanism during times of crisis.
Right? We're talking about soldiers watching his films in bunkers, people gathering outside hospitals to watch his movies, crowds using his presence to process collective grief or celebration. He's become this emotional regulator for an entire nation.
The neurological aspect of this is fascinating too. The way his gaze has become this sort of national frequency regulator. People have been conditioned to feel safe just by the way he looks into the camera.
And what's really interesting is how this influence extends beyond just entertainment. He's become this sort of emotional infrastructure that people rely on. It's not just about watching his movies, it's about the comfort his very existence provides.
So if we think about this in terms of soft power and cultural influence, what does this tell us about the future of celebrity?
Well, I think we're seeing a shift where the most influential celebrities aren't just entertainers anymore. They're becoming these emotional anchors for entire populations. And what's fascinating is how deliberate this construction was with Shah Rukh Khan.
You know what's really interesting about that? The way this model has influenced other entertainment industries globally. It's like they created a blueprint for emotional engineering through celebrity.
Exactly. And here's where it gets really interesting. This isn't just about fame or box office numbers anymore. It's about creating these cultural touchstones that help societies process complex emotions. Think about how younger actors are now approaching their careers. They're thinking about what kind of emotional frequency they want to represent.
That must create an enormous amount of pressure though, right? Being responsible for the emotional regulation of millions of people.
Oh, absolutely, and that's why the engineering aspect is so crucial. They didn't just create a movie star, they created this emotional frequency that could withstand the test of time. It's like building emotional infrastructure that needs to last for decades.
Well, that really changes how we think about celebrity influence, doesn't it? This isn't just about entertainment anymore. It's about emotional public health.
And that's really the key takeaway here. Entertainment can evolve into something much more profound. A tool for collective emotional regulation and healing. Shah Rukh Khan isn't just a case study in celebrity, he's a blueprint for how media can become medicine for an entire culture.
Looking ahead, do you think we'll see more intentionally engineered emotional regulators like this in other cultures?
I think it's inevitable, but what's really fascinating is how this might evolve with new technologies and platforms. Imagine if we could create digital emotional regulators using AI, or if we could measure and optimize these emotional frequencies in real time. The possibilities for collective emotional healing are pretty extraordinary.
That's both exciting and a little bit scary when you think about it.
You know what's really going to be interesting to watch? How this model adapts to an increasingly fragmented media landscape. The challenge won't just be creating these emotional frequencies, but maintaining them across multiple platforms and contexts. It's going to require a whole new level of emotional engineering.